We need to stay on top of massive moves in the precious metals market. It will impact the price of silver. It will impact the price of gold and the precious metal mining stocks. We have a top analyst calling for a silver price over $300. The reason why we're going to listen to him, he's like becoming one of the most popular analysts within the precious metals community, over 10,000 subscribers to his Substack. But he's also been very, very accurate. So we're going to dig into that. But first, let's go take a look at what's going on, and let's focus on the short term, and let's focus on silver for a second. Because, guys, we've talked about this now for a year plus, that once silver gets above $42 per ounce, the runway between $42 and $50, that's going to happen lickety split. It's going to happen faster than you can say silver squeeze, because there's very little overhead resistance. Let's go out and take a quick look at what's happening right now in the silver market, and it is exciting everywhere we look. Hold on here one second. I'm going to make sure you guys can see me and hear me, which you can. Okay, here we go. We're out at CNBC. We're looking at the silver futures, which are hovering right above $41 per ounce. But the reason why that we can expect this move from 42 to 50 to happen in a super quick fashion is very, very simple. This is a longer term chart of silver. As you can see back here in 2011, this is a quarterly basis. We got up, obviously we went up to $50 per ounce, but we didn't stay there very long. Okay, we essentially topped out around $40 per ounce. But let's get this off. I want to draw a line for you. And if we go back even further, all the way back to the 1980 high, where in nominal terms we hit $50, which in today's terms, that $50 silver price in 1980 would be like $200 per ounce in today's dollars. But nonetheless, the fact is very, very simple. There are very few people who bought silver above $42 per ounce. And the reason why that's important is that means there aren't a ton of people, maybe just a handful of people who bought silver at $45, $46, $48 per ounce, who are waiting for it to get back to that nominal level so they can sell and break even. That's called very little overhead resistance. Almost everybody, and probably including you, I know it includes me. Does this include you? Everybody who owns this beautiful metal, silver, right, is in the green, is in the money, and that further adds more fuel. Like people aren't going to sell something that's making money for them. Okay. And the other thing, and Rick Rule's talked about this many, many times, the double triple whammy on top of it all is silver investors come in when the silver price goes up. When it's on sale, nobody buys it. When silver was $14 an ounce and we sat down here, $18, $25 per ounce, and pounded the table and said silver is like the most undervalued metal on the face of the earth. But the other 99% of the sheeple out there who don't know, they watch CNN and MSNBC and Fox News. They don't know. Right? They weren't aware. Now, when they start to buy when the price goes up. And guys, everywhere we look, I got a lot of things to look at here, and I'm going to do it quickly. But everywhere we look, right, there's factors that are going to push the silver price higher and higher. Before I do that, I want to say thank you. I'm talking to you, my friend. Thanks for joining me down here in the basement. Ron's Basement loves to talk about silver and gold. I know you do too. It's a big honor when you give me your time and join me down here in the basement. Please subscribe to the channel. That's free. Look for the subscribe button, push it. I'm not going to put up any kind of fancy graphic or anything like that. Leave a comment in the comment section. You don't have to agree with me. Just like all those people who didn't agree with us when silver was 20 bucks an ounce, and they'd say, you're nothing but a silver pumper. You're nothing but a paid shill, blah, blah, blah. You can say whatever you like, okay? And by the way, silver is at $41 per ounce. Okay, I'll leave it at that. Please subscribe. Susie, this one here, she would appreciate it. Okay, so we looked at the chart. The generalists, oh, this is crazy. And when the generalists come in, right? When the sheeple come in, it's going to be like a wave. It will be like trying to drain. Doug Casey, I think, is the guy that said that originally. Trying to drain Hoover Dam with a garden hose. Yes, your coin shop will not have any silver. We've covered all that ad nauseum, but it hasn't even started yet. And it really hasn't even started for gold either. We love gold. But I did a Google search before I came on here. I thought, I wonder if there's any big articles out there about what's going on right now in the silver market. And let me share this, make sure I'm sharing the right screen, which I am. So here's what you get when you Google silver price, okay? Mining.com, which you would expect, right? Silver price, that was 17 hours ago. You get an article from India, go figure. Then you get a bunch of gold articles. Gold is getting a little more attention. Then you go down here, these BS fortune articles that are like AI generated. FX Empire, right? They always follow the metals. The Hindustan Times, I don't know what that says, something in Arabic. The Times of India, FX Empire again, FX Street. What I'm saying is, guys, we have not even begun to see the mainstream media start to put attention onto silver and gold for that matter. And when that happens, be ready, okay? Just be prepared emotionally for what might happen, because it can get exciting, but it can also cause some stress as well. And I don't want you to be stressed. Let's talk about this big long-term outlook for silver to get above $300. When I looked at this chart, I saw $309, but this analyst, who is becoming exceedingly popular, I'm gonna see if I can get the right tab up here. Hold on one second, guys. Here we go. Yep, and we've got here it is. This is from Jesse Colombo. If you've not heard of Jesse Colombo, he writes a Substack called the Bubble Report. He now has over 10,000 subscribers. This guy is like the rising star or the risen star within the precious metal sector. He's accurate. He's very objective in his analysis, but he pulls up. And again, we can't look at it too often. I'll draw on here the cup and handle. Oh, hold on. Let's go back here. I'm going to get this down a little bit further. Here we go. The cup and handle. And his projection on this chart, I looked at it, and to me, it looks like $309. And that is only out there, oh boy, not too far in the future. We're talking like the next 3, 4, 5 years. But again, of course, back in 1980, $50 silver. 2011, $50 silver. That created the cup. That created the handle. And that created what we know is the biggest textbook cup and handle pattern in the history of the universe. But it's not just on a long-term basis. And we can talk about, and we will talk about, all the fundamental reasons why the silver price will continue to go higher. And thank you, Jesse, for that. But even on a short-term basis, listen to what Rashad has to say. He says, another breakout in silver. Okay, previous breakout resulted in a 20% move within less than 2 months. I personally expect this breakout to take silver to my minimum target of $57 to $62 per ounce, maximum $70 within less than 2 months. This post is not investment advice. And what he is seeing and what we have seen, right, are these triangle patterns. And he's talking about this one down here that occurred a little while back earlier in the year. We broke out of that and moved up. Okay. But then again, recently, going back to, let's say mid-July, about 2 months, we went through another triangle pattern. But as you can see, and I'll take this off the screen so it's a little more visible, we have broken out. Okay. Look, guys, no guarantees. I'm not a financial advisor, but when we look at what is happening right now in the silver price, both from a long-term technical perspective with that cup and handle, and we look at what's happening on a short-term basis with this type of technical analysis, and we add into that the fundamental reasons behind why silver is a good investment right now, it sure seems like we are headed for much, much, much higher prices. But we got more to talk about. Before we do that, I do want to say thank you. If you want to get your hands on some silver right now, that's the Las Vegas Silver Round from our channel sponsor, First Mint. Right there, they are right there. There's their logo. They're owned by First Majestic Silver, Keith Neumeyer's massive silver mining company. So First Mint is in a very unique position. First Majestic Silver mines the silver in Mexico, the freshest silver on the market. It gets shipped to the First Mint facilities in Las Vegas, Nevada, right? Minted in the USA. And First Mint then transforms that raw silver into world-class silver bullion products, and then they go straight to you. We're not talking much about the COMEX and the LBMA today, but you can rest assured that when you buy silver from First Mint, it has never been touched by those wonderful people at the COMEX and the LBMA, the electronic exchanges. This is getting fresh silver out of the ground from the mine to the mint directly to you, and it's awesome products, right? They have all unique products, silver rounds, silver bars. They have great prices, great selection, free shipping on orders, $199 and up. And as an extra added bonus to you, there is a discount code VIPRB. Think VIP Ron's Basement. All right, let's move out here. This is crazy what is going on in China. Did you hear this with silver? And we will go. And then we got another. There's a lot for us to cover. But the Oriental Ghost put this out yesterday. All gold and silver stocks, including miners, jewelry in the Chinese stock market surged. All mining stocks related to silver hitting their daily limit up. And look at this. I can't read Chinese, but if you look at these 4 yellow arrows, and there's more as well, I guess they're limited to going up 10% in a day. So they basically had to shut the stock market off to accommodate the massive demand that's coming through in China to invest in silver miners. Truly, we are living in extraordinary times right now when it comes to these precious metals. And while we're at it, let's go out and take a look at what the Oriental Ghost is sharing with us in regards to the physical silver market in China. I've not looked at this yet, but again, this is the Shanghai Gold Exchange. Why is that important? Because it's a pretty much pure physical market. Yet, believe it or not, right, in China, if you want to trade silver and gold, you need to have the actual metal. So this is the physical price in China. And when we go to AG, which is the periodic table symbol for silver, we can see they have a silver price right now, physical silver in China, $42.66. Crazy what is going on. We're going to talk about some kind of macroeconomic scary situations that are on the horizon as well. But before we do that, let's go back. I forgot to share this one with you. When we're talking about the mainstream world waking up, X has become kind of in my opinion, the best place to get information. X and Reddit, right? Like unfiltered, pure information, not necessarily adjusted by the powers that be. And this is on Reddit, but it's a statement about X. Guys, silver is trending on X, business and finance. Trending, hashtag silver with 6,540 posts. Occupy Silver then goes on to say, I have to give X a lot of credit for allowing this. We fight a war of silver misinformation, mainstream news stories saying silver is less popular than gold. Anything to keep folks away from real silver, buy it and save it. So we are early, right? Remember, if what was going on in the general economy was the Titanic, right? We're on the very first lifeboat getting off the Titanic. It's a beautiful silver and gold lifeboat. Okay, it's starting to get recognized. And don't forget, when it does get recognized by the general population, it is going to be game over. You will go to your local coin shop and they'll tell you, oh, it's going to be 5 weeks. Oh, it's going to be 6 weeks. The reason why we know that's the case is because that has been the case at other periods just in the last 10 years. I know specifically 2 times when I would go to the local coin shop and was told, no, you got to wait 4 weeks, 8 weeks, whatever the case was. It was a long time, right? So be prepared, be ready. Now, what is happening? This is interesting news, and this will impact the silver and gold price. I'm going to pull up a chart of the 30-year Treasury interest rate, which is right now just below 5. I actually saw this morning, someone said it was 4.99. Nonetheless, we are getting into very high territory for the 30-year Treasury note. That's the interest rate that the U.S. government has to pay when they want to borrow money on a 30-year term, a 30-year bond, basically. And guys, this is not sustainable. This will result in basically in money printing. And the reason why, let's go out. I want to show you something on the U.S. debt clock. The reason why is simply this. And we will use orange. Let's use orange. The U.S. national debt. You're probably aware. Circle it. That doesn't show up too well. Sorry, guys. I'm going to do this for your viewing pleasure. We'll use that color. There we go. There we go. That shows up. The U.S. national debt, $37 trillion. Right now, interest expense on that debt is about $1 trillion. So that means, on average, they're paying about a little over 2% effective interest rate. If we get 30-year Treasury notes at 5%, okay, and you just round up this number to $40 trillion, that would be $2 trillion per year, correct? Here, let's do the math. 40 times 0.05. Yeah, that would be $2 trillion. That would make this number double. That's the interest expense. Don't forget, the interest expense feeds directly into this number right here. See that yellow arrow? That's the budget deficit. That's the amount that the government spends on top of what they bring in. That would make that number go to 3 trillion, okay? And that number feeds into this, the national debt. That makes the national debt get bigger, which, right, as the national debt gets bigger and interest rates potentially go up, will make that number get even bigger, the interest expense. The point here is very simply this, to get all that off there. What you just saw, what I'm drawing for you, that looks like a tornado, that is a debt spiral. That is an unsustainable situation. The only one of the ways to solve that issue of that higher interest rate is by the Fed printing money and monetizing the debt, right? The Fed can print money out of thin air and buy the debt from the United States government. We've seen this happen before throughout history. Let's just say that it doesn't end well. But the big takeaway from all of that is that as the dollar becomes less and less valuable, go figure, right? The more of something that's made out of paper that's not backed by anything, the more of it that you print, the less valuable it becomes. So if you choose to value your silver and gold, if you choose to use the US dollar as the unit of measure, right? Remember, that's an ounce of silver. We choose to value it at $41, or we choose to use the dollar as the unit of measure and say it's worth $41. A lot of people say, no, that's just an ounce of silver. You can value it in euros. You can value it in loaves of bread. You can value it in anything you want. But as time goes by and that situation gets worse and worse that I just showed you, right, a debt spiral, that will only result in one thing, and that is the value of that paper money, this stuff. Oh, I got one right here. Woo, yeah, okay. This stuff, paper money, will become less and less. And the value, the real value, and especially the nominal value, as you use the dollar as the unit of measure, the real and nominal value of silver, I believe, will go higher and higher and higher. Hey, I also want to say thank you to channel sponsor First Mining Gold. I didn't talk a lot about gold in this video, but I love gold, I love silver, and I love the mining stocks. First Mining Gold is a stock that I've owned long before they sponsored my channel. They've got two. Oh, okay. There's Susie. We're going to check in with her in a second. But First Mining Gold has two massive development stage gold projects in Canada. Okay, Spring Pole in Ontario and Duparquet in Quebec. These are big multi-million ounce reserves of gold in the ground. They're a development stage company. That means they're working through developing these into mines. That's permitting. It takes time. It takes a lot of effort, but it also has a lot of catalyst. You can learn more about First Mining Gold at firstmininggold.com. And Susie, hold on. Let's check in with Susie. Did you say we almost have 100 likes?
But also wanted to point, if you want to look at Kitco's gold is up almost $50.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to ring the golden gong, and then we're all going to go out. We're all going to go out and look at Kitco. Thank you, Susie. For those of you who are new, this is my wife, Susie. She communicates with me via walkie-talkie and helps out during the thing. Let's ring the golden gong, and then let's go look at Kitco and get a gold price update. But this is for the 100 thumbs up, guys, the golden gong. Listen to it resonate. These are good times in gold and silver. Hopefully you could hear that. Okay. All right. We're going to do this live, so bear with me. We might have some technical issues, but Susie is requesting that we go out to Kitco. And where am I here? Here we are. Okay, goodbye, U.S. debt clock. And we will type in Kitco precious. Oh, and I want to talk about what's happening today in the silver price as well. Here we go. Kitco metals. Let's see what this pulls up the right screen for us. Here we go. Perfect. Okay. Wow. She's correct. Look at that, guys. Woof. Unbelievable. We'll go with orange. We've got a gold price right now up $50 per ounce in the spot market. Unbelievable. Silver down 40 cents. Okay. But silver still healthy above $40, down 40 cents. I'm sorry. A silver price at $40. Hey, it's going up. What do you say, basement dwellers? The longer we stay down here, maybe we'll just wait till it gets back to $41. All right. I want to say thank you to everyone who's joined us today. We're a community that loves to talk about protecting ourselves, gold and silver. Some of you love crypto as well. That's great. Okay. The most important thing to us is that you feel like you found a home away from home down here in the basement. You're important. Please subscribe to the channel. All right. Be good to yourself. And I will see you next time. Have a great day. Thank you.